Peace, beautiful soul. Welcome back to my channel. It is me, Soli. Here on my channel, every video I create is dedicated to the expansion of your awareness. Now, in this video, we will, in a sense, be ultimately discussing the importance of preparation. The importance of preparation, A lot of us don't realize this, but preparation, in a sense, eliminates a lot of unnecessary activity, I guess you can say. Like, not only activity, but a lot of unnecessary, you can say, emotions, unnecessary interactions and everything. So first and foremost, to start off by discussing what exactly preparation is. Now, for example, look, as of the world's global, in a sense, energy or situation at this moment, we are all quote unquote on lockdown. We are all, in a sense, in this state of fear. Now we have to understand that fear resides in the root chakra, the lowest chakra. This is because the root chakra governs the physical body. Now fear threatens the physical body. It threatens our survival. We are, for the most part, in a intense, or just in general, in a state of fear when something external of us is threatening us. This can be, most of the time, it's a threat that deals with security, stability. I feel, for the most part, we have to keep in mind that the root chakra deals with security, stability, survival, and all of our primitive instincts. You see, you can even say the root chakra is connected to the stem brain or the reptilian brain. So preparation, what is preparation? What would it look like? For example, at these times, right, let's say we would we would be prepared had we in advance stocked up on food, stocked up on water, stocked up on paper toilets, paper toilets. And that's the thing that a lot of us, in a sense, don't understand. And that's the thing that a lot of us tend to neglect. And this is because of our way of life, way of living. A lot of us were, in a sense, you can say, forced into this habitual, repetitive cycle of Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. A lot of us, in a sense, had to work. We had to grind. We had to hustle. A lot of human beings weren't being. We were forced to be doings. Now, we have to understand that there are civilizations, right? You can call it the Cabal, the Illuminati, the Skulls and Bones Society, the Brotherhood, I'll say. I was gonna say the Brother of Lights, but the society, the secret societies, because they all, in a sense, relate to the same entity and energy. They're all Masonic entities, and they all desire to control, enslave humanity, and, in a sense, get control of this planet as a whole. There's a lot of deep, dark shit that goes on in this world. We also have to understand that things aren't as they seem. It's deeper than the virus. It's deeper than a virus. It's kind of sad how we are reacting to this. It's sad because we are reacting, not responding. Think about this. Had we responded to this stimuli, the way we went about things would have been completely different. We would have analyzed the situation, understood that this virus is not as deadly. We don't need a fucking quarantine, for this virus. If you've been following anyone, you'll realize that they plan on prolonging this lockdown. Now, a reason for doing so, a reason why they would want to prolong this lockdown is because they, in a sense, one, are trying to see how far they can, what they can get away with and how far they can go. That's one. They're trying to see how, in a sense, okay, you can perceive it this way, right? It's kind of like investing something, or like a plant, a field of crops. You've been slowly and surely investing in, you've been watering, you've been feeding it the right food and everything. There's going to be a time when you're going to return for your yield, or you're going to return and utilize that crop for your intention, for your reasons, The reason why we've been fed all of these sedatives, is that the term? Sedatives? The reason why we're so dumbed down and docile. A lot of humans, we are. So we've become so dumbed down and docile. This is from, our disconnect to source, to our complete, in a sense, we've been, in a sense, completely disconnected from source and life. Now, for example, wearing masks, these masks that you've been seeing people wear, it's detrimental on so many levels. If you don't die from the virus, you're most likely going to die from, I don't know if people can die from carbon dioxide poisoning, but I do know that it's very, very, very deadly, bad, negative for you to consistently inhale your own carbon dioxide. We have to understand that the breath, the prana, chi, breath, prana, chi, life force, come through the nostrils. Our nostrils are also, whoa. Our nostrils are also connected to the hemispheres of the brain. What is this? The right? The right is connected to the left hemisphere. Meanwhile, the left is connected to the right hemisphere. So, breathing exercises are very powerful. There's this one breathing exercise, I forget what it's called, but it's where you, in a sense, switch from one nostril to another, and then you reverse. They're very powerful. Now, if you're on my channel, do know that I've supplied my viewers, my followers, right, with a lot of information in regards to the breath. I have over, I think, 9 to 10 videos, on breathing exercises, where I walk you through different, breathing exercises and things of that nature. Yes, you guys. So, definitely check that out. Check those videos out. And yes, preparation. It's said we should never, in a sense, precisely plan for, the universe could care less about our plans, right? The universe it doesn't care about your plans. It really, because in a sense, the universe is a flow, you have to understand that things are constantly flowing, things are constantly shifting and changing. We are, for example, going through a major global change, a major collapse. This is why things seem hectic and crazy. But yes. Plans never fulfill or go out, as we would hope. But when you prepare, now I'm not saying you should just throw planning out the window, but a lot of times a bit of preparation goes a long way. For example, manifestation. A lot of us, when we manifest, we don't realize that in this manifestation process, we need, in a sense, a lot of, how do I put this? Patience. We need patience. We have to understand that we are attempting to ride a wavelength that will get us where we want to go. Now, even once we get on that wavelength, there's still, ways to go. You have to understand that a wavelength is, wavy, up and down, up and down, up and down. Now, I have made a manifestation workshop, you know, where I talk about technically everything manifesting. If you're interested in getting that workshop, definitely do hit me up. Yeah, so in the video, in my workshop, I talk about the law of attraction, but I talked about it through the law of polarity, which I think is the fifth hermetic principle, universal law, you feel me? The law of polarity ultimately states that all polar opposites are but one and the same thing. In quality or in value, they're the same. It's in quality that they differ, in a sense you can say. There isn't precisely a discernment between cold and heat, you know, loud and silent, white and black even. Like, what I mean by this is there isn't in a way precisely a complete, if white and black were opposites, you know, then, because the color white is the lack of color, white is not even a color, it's a shade, then the color black is the presence of all colors simultaneously at once. Technically, brown is that, you know, brown, the color brown, when you mix for example, the three primary, so there's blue, yellow, red, yeah, the three primary colors together, you usually get brown, a brownish color, you know. And this is because the color brown is the presence of all colors, you know. So yes. Back to what I was saying, you know. So all polar opposites are but one and the same thing. Like, you can't precisely discern where cold is exterminated and heat begins, you know. So really everything is the same thing on one wavelength. Just so and the way I, you know, explain that on my workshop about manifestation is I, in a sense, you know, kind of talk about how, for the most part, when we manifest, we tend to go on this whole trip or journey, you can kind of say, where the universe is testing us. Tests come with anything and everything worth having and acquiring. For example, I've been looking into the stocks market, you know, in Bitcoin and things of that nature, and I realized, and as I'm studying, you know, I realized that I will be tested. I probably will, you know, this and that, you know, like, tests are inevitable, and it's the one who persistence is very, very vital, very important. The one who persists will live another day. The one who persists will live to see the other side, rather, I should say. When you continually persist up the mountain, you don't choose to give up halfway, you continually persist, you fall, yet you keep on going, then you will inevitably reach the top of the mountains, you know. So yes, preparation is important and vital and valuable, because when you're prepared, it's a mental game, you know. I feel like preparation comes mentally. Preparation, for example, you can prepare physically, right? But let's say something happens to the food or your clothing or shelter. If you are mentally prepared, because there's levels, there's layers, there's always levels and layers, you know. But nevertheless, if you're mentally prepared for what is happening, you will persist. You will understand that the human mind is powerful, you know. It's the most powerful tool on earth, the human mind. The imagination is very powerful. Magic derives from the term imagination. In magic, there is a lot of work that takes place within the imagination, you know. Now, you guys, let me know, like, if you're interested, I meant to say, and, you know, seeing videos from me concerning magic, you know, the basics of magic. Maybe I can begin with the elements. I really do need to make a video on the elements. You know, so on and so forth. You have to understand, magic is real. Magic, everything and anything we call magic is but science that is yet to be discovered. Before, you know, if someone was to tell you that you can alter a particle here and it'll affect the particle in the whole other side of the universe, or whatever, you know, however quantum field works, then you would think that this is insane, you know. Or if, like, someone was to tell you that everything is made up of the same material energy, or quantum particles, as it's called in the quantum realm, right? And that by simply changing your thoughts, you can attract or repel a material out there. Someone looking at you would perceive you as insane, or like just that idea, it doesn't fit, if that makes sense. But the reality of it is, this is the truth. The law of mentalism, for example, from the universal laws, the 7 hermetic principles. The law of principles states that thoughts are things. Everything begins with a thought. So tell me, what are you feeding? What thoughts are you indulging in? It's important, that we understand this. We understand where we are. Because it's like you can't really get where you're going unless you know where you were. You truly can't prepare unless... I feel like preparation, in a sense, takes place in the moment, takes place in the now. Meanwhile, like, planning is a future thing. Preparing, in a sense, is a momentary thing, because once you prepare for something, then you're ready. You're aware of the moment, therefore you're aware of your thoughts. I feel like preparation really has to deal a lot with thoughts. Like I said earlier, it's very mental. I say all of this to say this. Understand that these vessels are temporary. They are temporary. They're supposed to be temporary. We were never meant to be immortal. Like, we're not precisely supposed to be immortal. Like, there are a lot of things this soul can experience. There are reasons why some people lose parts of their souls. Get a shaman if you feel you may have pieces of your soul missing. Shamanism, one of the things, shamanism is ultimately the info keeper, the knowledge keeper, the wisdom seeker. The one, I want to say, who interacts with the divine, within nature, the one who has one foot, who has access to both worlds, I should say, the divine, the infinite, and the finite world we call Earth, But yes, you guys, there is a reason, because our souls are not even meant to stay in here, There's a reason why we sleep. It is said that, in a sense, our body can't really sustain the flame within us, right? Our astral body. And in a sense, the physical body cannot. It needs rest. It needs breaks. It needs to rest between A and B. So there was this experiment done. I'm not sure what it is called exactly, but it took place in Russia, and they kept human beings. They kept them alive for 30 days. They didn't get to 30 days because people started dying. This was, I think, like it was like a government experiment, right? That took place in Russia, somewhere in Russia, right? So people were losing their minds. People were going crazy. People were going insane. People were dying. It may be the fact that they're confined. I feel like there's a lot of layers. Like, I can't really just say, yeah, they weren't sleeping, so their soul wasn't resting. So then they went crazy. But there's a lot of variables we must look at if we're truly get at this from a logical perspective. But yes, for the most part, we need sleep. Because our soul, in a sense, our astral body, rather, I should say, has things to do, you can say. A lot of us think that dreams are just dreams, but the reality of it is dreams are worlds. Like, when you're dreaming, you're in a different life. You're in a different world. But yes, I say all of that to say that this physical body is temporary. One of the ways why we humans are so controllable is because we forgot this fact. because of this, we can be controlled by things like fear of death. We are afraid to die. They say you truly haven't experienced life until you have experienced death, you know. Now, death can mean a lot of things, but this is not the video. We'll go into that. But yes, you guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely do let me know what you think. Leave a comment below if any of this was relevant, you know, and if you agree with the key points I hit. But yes, thank you and peace. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And also don't forget to definitely share this information. Like this video, as it always helps. It helps me, you know, get into the algorithm. The more likes I get on a video, the more people will see the video, you know. But yes, definitely like, share, and subscribe as well. Peace, family. And as I always say, have a beautiful day. Namaste. Peace, beautiful soul.